I have no doubt why many people turn asexual or want to remain single forever. It's not that they don't want a partner or anything, but it is because of modern dating market. It is objectively cooked. We can agree upon on that. I have seen many people, they have a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatsoever, and then how they express themselves or post on social media, it is as if they have been single forever. Like, genuinely, my friend's girlfriend, like, we're not close anymore because, like, I don't really like him because, like, they often, like, criticize, like, others. But what actually beneath, their criticisms are just projection of their insecurities, and I just don't want to associate with these people much. So I just, you know, don't contact with them anymore. Just simply as that. And then, his girlfriend, like, genuinely, I saw it so many times when he hung out with her. Like, they would have a dinner together, just went outside, went to like a nice restaurant, ordered a bunch of food, and then he would post it, like it took like a photo and then just post it on his story and then just tagged her, right? And then when I looked at her like Instagram account, she also posted it, but she doesn't tag anyone. Just purely a bunch of like fancy food. That's all. And she repeatedly, sorry, and she repeatedly poses just like that. Every time she goes outside with him, he would not be included in the picture. Not even once. I swear to you, I'm not lying, like literally, not even once. It is as if, she hangs out with herself or just like with her friends and stuff. Like, nobody knows about my friend's existence. Literally, like, that's insane, while, you know, whenever she posts something, my friend would share her post on his story and stuff. Like, literally, it is insane. And you probably think that, like, probably she got like some personal issues or anything. Like, no, bro, I promise you. Like, um, my close friend who got like her Instagram, because like technically I didn't follow her or anything. So my friend would just like um forward it to my chat, and then I would see it like almost every single day. She would post like she's single, like like makes herself look sexy and just like be pouty and stuff. Like, bro, genuinely our generation is cooked. Like, and my friend, it is not that like he's dumb or anything. He knows it so well that like she does that on purpose, but he just accepts it. Like, we warned him so many times, like over a year at least, but it is not only her, I would say that it is two-sided. You know, you're not gonna be with someone who are way worse than you. It signifies something in you. For example, if you are a very religious person, you pray every single day, you be a good person, and just like go to church every Sunday and stuff, it is almost impossible, even though it is plausible, that you would date like an OnlyFans girl who has been ran through like with 1,000 of people, and she, you know, I don't know, like hates religion and stuff. She has a bunch of guy best friends. Absolutely not gonna date that kind of person, right? That is obvious. And that's my point, really, like only some people, they post their boyfriends like on social media, but what they did is like, their boyfriend like just turned back just like this, that basically nobody would see their face. It is like, bro, is your boyfriend like a ghost or something that you don't want to show to us? Like, man, like if you want to have like a boyfriend secretly, then just like don't post it at all. Literally, like yesterday, I saw a girl. She posted, her picture with like her man. Literally, like it was like this, right? She was in a restaurant, and then like her boyfriend like just sat beside her, just like this, right? And then literally like this is her face, and then her man, she just like cut out his head. Only like his body is like a ghost, bro. It is a bit haunting and just weird. Like literally, like it's not that she blurred or she censored anything. She literally like cut it out. Like I don't know how to explain to you. Just like, do you know like when we just like when we you take a picture, right? And then there are so many people in the background, and then you just like use some app or like try to delete them, and then just like blend in with like its natural background, just so that it would feel like you were there alone. Just exactly like that. It is as if he is a headless person, just like that. And then I just like like scroll like on the right just to see like his pictures more, and all of them were just like similar to that. Like, bro, you were so cooked. Like, and that post is quite viral. I don't know if she's famous or something, but like she got like hundreds of thousand likes. Like seriously, bro, I'm not lying. And I don't know if it is joke or something. Like I haven't got like a real case, and this one is, I would say that like our worst nightmare ever. My close friend, right? His ex, they broke up like a year ago now, around that. You know, Now she got married with a Chinese guy. She's around like 24, 26, around that. And her man is like 35 or like 40 something. And my close friend, he just like he shared her post like to me, and then just like he just discussed about it with me. She literally like she's married with that Chinese guy, right? And then she just posted it. But the guy, like his face was blurred, like every single picture. Bro, you were married, and then on your marriage picture of both of you, it should be beautiful, like full of love, commitment, whatever, that is so beautiful, and it should be one of your best days ever. The guy's face was literally blurred. Every single picture. Bro, he's so cooked. Like, at that point, she doesn't even have to post anything about him. Like, seriously, if you were to do that, like, it is literally almost the same. It's just that like people know that you have a boyfriend, but we don't know who he is. Like, bro, if you were to do that, you don't have to do. I genuinely understand why people would prefer to be single forever. At least they don't have to deal with these toxic and like absurd relationship and stuff. Especially like nowadays, you really can't tell when you are lied to. Like they are really good at manipulating. seriously, like, or they would try to, you know, like play a victim card, whenever they did something wrong, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm genuinely wrong, and just please give me another chance. And then, like, because you're a kind person and you just forgiveful, and then you just like, okay, like, I'm just gonna give you another chance. Then just like, you would be living in that loop, like, for a while, and then you would just regret it, that you shouldn't have, you know I like, it makes people question whether real love exists. I know that it does, but like, even if it does, but it doesn't mean that that would be someone who is willing to live with you for forever. It is really hard nowadays because, like, we became more individualistic, and of course, like, 100%, you're not gonna have, you know everything in common. It is impossible. And just like a minor factor could ruin your relationship, literally. Like, if you want her to change something that is just like a part of her, just, maybe it is objectively better for the relationship, but if she doesn't want you, if she doesn't want to, then it either means you have to live with her habit or behavior like that forever, or you have to break up with her. It probably sounds simple, but it is actually not when you have strong boundaries. For example, right? For example, if you don't want her to um, use her phone while you're eating together, even if she just like, answers like emails from work and stuff, just like a little bit, even just like a few minutes, but it irritates you. But then she said that like it is necessary, and I will always do this because I'm not, texting anyone, or I didn't try to upset you, but I really have to. But then you feel like, but it could be after this, or like, when we got home. But you guys have like different, like, opinions on this. Even if other things you both have like everything aligned, like, about kids, about marriage, political beliefs, or I don't know, philosophy, religion, whatsoever. Just one thing, and then you would have to consider whether you would live with her or you would just tolerate it. And it is hard, man, because it is not the same as it used to be anymore, like in a decade or a couple of decades ago. It used to be easier. It's just like that, man. Like, people would just be, I don't know, hypergamous. It is extremely mainstream now because of social media. You know, people know that they have so many options. So if you just like, even if you're the best guy ever, you can be nice, you can be religious, you can be caring, understanding, lovely, or like good looking guy. But if she, you know, if she happens to find an opportunity to cheat on you, or like, if like the situation is handed, if like she goes to like a club, and then like a rich guy just like wants to like, get her, and then absolutely she would go with him. Just simple as that. If he's more handsome than you, richer than you, then you're cooked. It's really hard nowadays. That's what I'm talking about. Like, and I feel bad for us, seriously. Like, you want a committed, serious, loyal, respectful relationship, but it's not likely, man. You know how people are nowadays. They only seek validation, like they want to have like many guys like them simultaneously, but they don't want to, like commit with any one of them. They just want validation. As if, it is edible or like it is something worth living for. You know, validation comes and goes. It's not even concrete. Even if it's concrete, like nothing lasts forever. You, my phone, this building, the country, the world, everything, bro. Like, and we only have like 80 years to live, and people would just be fucking around, and just participate in situationship, hookup culture. It's really tragic, man. What we can do is just like trying to better ourselves. I often say this in my video because that is the only thing in our control. Of course, like you can try to change your girl not to be, like a whore anymore. But at the end of the day, if she doesn't want to, then that's it, man. You just need to let it go. And I hope if you're dating someone, bro, like don't love blindly. Like a bunch of people, they do, like, because they're your partner and they've been with you for months, for years. So you just disregard their red flags because it becomes normal to you now. Even though if you were to examine from a third party, for example, if you're not in this relationship, right? Imagine if you're just an outsider. Analyze yourself, like analyze like her. You can clearly see that like this is not good. She's toxic, she's manipulative, she goes out, she goes to the club, have a bunch of guy friends. I'm not saying that like girls and guys can't be friends, but usually we need to accept that guys don't just think about girls just as friends. Like we have seen that on social media, it is in fact a lot. And you know that it is true that if a girl were to say that like, okay, hey, can you just like come to my house, like I'm really sad, whatever, they're just gonna go right away, like immediately. And you know that. You don't want to be paranoid, all the time in a relationship. You want a relationship that you can feel secure even when you are you are absent, even if you're like far apart. If you can feel secure with that, then that is the one that worth to keep, not the one that like, I don't need to explain anymore. Our generation is cooked, bro. That's just pretty much overall, yeah. And I hope that you would find the right person or just keep grinding because that's the only thing we can do. And I hope that you are not misled or manipulated. I know that you're smart enough to identify it. Thanks a lot for watching, man. See you in the next video.